Welcome everyone to my Leo tutorial. In this tutorial I want to show you guys everything I know about Leo, also her strengths and weaknesses. To start things off, as usual, I'm starting with a general character introduction. To sum Leo up, I can say that basically she is a weaker Lars, which means she is overall a pretty complete character and also relatively simple to use, because there are not so much hard things about her except her ward carry, I guess. Overall she offers us a very strong 50-50 because she has pretty good low pokes, like down forward 3+2. She also has a health sweep, and from full crouch this very good sweep, and she combines this with terrific mid moves like hop kick, Wild Standing 2 as a very scary mid launcher, her Kincaid 2, this one, and other good mid moves like up forward to 1 and down back 1+2 1 is also pretty strong, up forward 3, so overall a very strong 50-50. Which also means that she has a very scary wall pressure because of her 50-50. That's very scary against the wall. This move drains so much HP, and if you feel that the opponent is going to duck, you can throw on the down back 1+2 1, which is pretty strong. So your opponent is basically fucked if he's at the wall against Leo. And also, as I mentioned, she has strong launchers like down forward 2 also with the hop kick. So you can get pretty high damage out of your opponent, just to the fact that she also has pretty strong high combo damage. For example, one of her basic combos like this one is pretty high damaging, pretty easy to do. 73 damage is pretty strong, and she can also wall carry, as I mentioned, but where you have to put a little bit more effort in it, and I will talk about this later in the tutorial, how to do this. Also, what makes her pretty strong, she is like Lars, you can put her up with really every character in the game. It doesn't matter which character you take, with Leo at your side, you're good to go, because she's a strong character and she has super good tag assault fillers. Like this one, for example. And also for her war damage, her Wild Standing 1-4-1 is super good, so she buffs every character in the game. Pretty strong. Like Lars, it's pretty hard to mention weaknesses of Leo, because she's such a complete character, but there are definitely some of them. I think the two major ones, in my opinions, are that she lacks of good mid-poking. Besides down forward 1 as a quick 13 frame mid, and maybe also down forward 4, she doesn't really have any other quick mid-pokes. Which means, and that's basically the reason why she's weaker as Lars, in my opinion, because Lars is way better in this section. So yeah, you have to be a little bit more careful on closer range. She still can manage to hold herself up in this game because of her down forward 1, but again, you have to be careful with it. She doesn't have that good mid pokes, and also a bad thing is that most of her moves you can step her pretty easily to the opponent's left side, which means she is very weak to her right side. Like for example, down forward 2 is super steppable, Wild Standing 2 is also super steppable to the left. This one, and yeah, also her lows are pretty easy to step to the left side. So you have to make this weakness up with homing moves. And thank goodness she has some good ones, like down forward 3 is a good homing move, completely safe, quarter circle 3+4, or also Kincaid 2. So you have to implement your homing moves into your game, or else you can get completely destroyed if your opponent always steps to the left, so be careful with that. It's definitely one of her main weaknesses. But besides that, besides these two ones, there's really no great weakness about her. She has overall super good moves. The mid ones, even though they are a bit slower, they are almost like everyone is pretty safe. Like this one is super safe, this is safe. This launch is -11 but gives a great amount of pushback. So let's see. Yeah, like this. So most of the characters can't even punish it. And yeah, also her launches are pretty strong. At down for 2, super good range, and on maxed range most characters will have problems punishing her. So yeah, overall pretty complete and easy to use character. Top moves. These are Leo's best moves in my opinion. The first one is going to be down forward 2. This is her 15 frame launch punishing move, and the thing what makes this move so strong is his really great range. So like from this position as a server it still connects, so which means you can also use it as a pretty decent and reliable whiff punisher, and also on max range some characters will have problems punishing it. It is minus 13, but some characters can't punish it on max range because the distance is just too big between those two characters. So if your opponent can't punish it, you might as well abuse his moves on max range, because you then have basically a safe mid launcher, and if he can punish it, then use his moves wisely as your punisher and as a reliable whiff punisher. So overall pretty strong move for Leo. And the next move I like even more, it's Wild Standing 2. This is her 16 frame punisher. It's also minus 13, but the good thing about this is it has even better range than the down forward 2, and you can do it out of a quarter second forward motion like this one, and you can take buffer it as you can see here. So this is a super reliable punisher, and there's like no launch punishable low move you can't punish with it. It's just super reliable. It hits everything. It hits a blocked dragon tail, it hits blocked slippery kicks from couples, the low launcher, super reliable. You will definitely learn to love this move if you use it. And also what's pretty good, as I said, out of a quarter second forward motion, this is a super scary option for her. Pretty strong mid move. I definitely recommend you to use this move. Super strong wide standing punisher, and also just for throwing it into the opponent, strong move. And if she wouldn't have enough launchers, also the Kincaid tool, this one. This is pretty slow, but due to the Kincaid animation you can high crush your opponent, and then if they Jeff retaliate, for example, after this one, you can throw in this Kincaid 2, super high tech buffable launcher, and you get a shitload of damage out of it. And the good thing, it is only minus 11, but due to the fact that it gives so much pushback, nearly no one can punish it. Maybe Jack and maybe Bob, but that's all. So basically you have a safe mid-launching move that you can throw in every once in a while. Pretty strong move. Alright, enough of her launchers, because you also have some other very strong moves. One of her better mid pokes that I like to use is back 1-4, this one. The string back 1-4 is +8 on block, and she goes right into her into this stance. I think it's called Bok or something, I'm not entirely sure. And yeah, you can apply a mix-up after it, but I wouldn't recommend you to use the mix-up after it because it's not very strong. I would recommend to you using the quarter cycle after it, because you can cancel this stance with down forward, you go straight into a quarter cycle, and then you can also apply like a mid move, a low poke, or you can also use up forward to 1, for example, or just block for safety, because yeah, this move has pretty good range, as you can see there. Mid completely safe, which is good. And also what's cool about it, the back 1 gives either a mini combo like this one, or you can use Universal Tag Assault to get a full combo out of it. So this is why I really like this move, back 1-4, as a better mid-poking option. So overall for her it's a great move to use. The next good mid move I'm gonna talk about is down 1. This move, it's a really strong move. Also, like nearly all of the moves, pretty good range. And the cool thing about this, it's a counter hit launcher. As you can see, you get a full combo. and it won't whip. Yeah, as you can see here. And another thing that's cool, this on block is super close to 0. It's only +0 to -1 in hit, and you ride into your full crouch mix-up. So overall a pretty scary move and a strong move for Leo. So this move, play around with it so you can easily see why this move is so good, and definitely use this move. Down 1, super strong move. Alrighty then. The next top move, and I think this is her best low poke in my opinion, is down forward 3+2. This one. The range on it, it looks like it doesn't have that much good range, but it's still okay. And it does a good amount of damage, like you can see there. 25 is pretty strong, and on normal hit it gives you a decent amount of plus frames. It's around +5, so this is super good, which means you can easily apply a full crouch mix-up after it, like maybe do the sweep, or just do a safer generic low, or wide standing 3 for example as a mid, or wide standing 4. So therefore this move is pretty strong. And on counter hit it can lead into a full launch, whoops, second, and it gives you this knockdown. See if I can apply it. This is definitely easier on bigger characters, but as you can see there, this is also a counter hit launch. You have to delay the wide standing 4 quite a bit to get the full launch, but yeah, and if you don't get the launch, it's still a super scary knockdown, like this one. It's pretty much guaranteed your opponent can only attack crash with this option. So yeah, down forward 3+2, in my opinion, her best low poke, super scary one, and it's also high crushing, which is good. It's and it's around 23 frames, so it's definitely, in my opinion, not seeable. Pretty good one. The next good low she has is the health sweep, down back for 1, 20 frame fast, so unseeable, knockdown, yeah, just a health sweep as usual, and also like a health sweep, it's launch punishable on block, so you can't really blame the low if it gets blocked and you get launched, because this is unseeable, you have to use it wisely, but at the wall, super scary, and also wall breaks, which is pretty good. Super strong health sweep for her, good damage, really strong. Okay, and the next moves I'm gonna talk about, the next low move. Yeah, the full crouch down forward 3, as I also mentioned. This sweep is 23 frame fast, so pretty hard to see, and I think it's still unseeable. As you can see, that gives a pretty annoying knockdown, especially at the wall. This is super scary. And on open ground, if they quick rise, you can catch them with a forward 4 to get a launch. So yeah, this low sweep, one of my favorite moves, I like it a lot. Definitely one of the best moves. Really good low poke and low move in general. The next good mid one I'm going to talk about is down back 1+2 1. This is mainly her tool for wall pressure, because it has, again, great range, and the cool thing about it, this is pretty easy hit confirmable. As you can see there, she will block the non-natural, and this one completely natural, super easy to hit confirm, so which makes it basically a safe mid-mid move which knockdowns, so pretty scary. Because the first one is only -9, completely safe, and the second one on block is -12. But as I said, it's super easy to hit confirm it, so you have basically a safe mid-mid wall splat move, which is super good. Super scary one. Okay, and the last move in my opinion, which is one of the best moves, is from the quarter circle forward, the 3+4, the homing move. Quick one, completely safe homing move, ward splats, pretty strong. So it's only -5 to -6, so you can still move around after this gets blocked, like you can do a sidestep or something. So yeah, pretty good homing move to implement into your game, because as I mentioned earlier, she is weak to her right side, so definitely use this move to prevent your opponent from sidestepping. Let's cover Leo's punishers. For standing punishing and 10 frames, she has either the 1-2 jabs, which are pretty good plus on hit, and does 22 damage, which is not too bad. Or the one that I would prefer is definitely 1-4, this one. Does really good damage, 31 is pretty much for 10 frame, and it's also plus 3 on hit. So you have decent plus frames for this 10 frame punishing. And if you need it for 11, you can use her 10 string, 2-1-3. This one is all natural, but I'm not entirely sure how good this is on hit, because I couldn't find any frame data, and yeah, I didn't really test it yet. But yeah, if you need it for 36 damage, you have this 11 frame punishing. For 12, she doesn't really have anything good, and for 13, we can use up forward 1-2. Long range 13 frame punishing, and also wall splats, knockdowns, as you can see, pretty useful one. And 38 damage is not too bad for a 13 frame punisher. For 14 she also doesn't have anything, and for 15 we can use either down forward 2 for for long range launch, or hop kick if you want to do it. Both of them are 15 frame launchers. So yeah, these are basically the standing punishers, and for wide standing we can either use wide standing 4. Doesn't do that much damage, 20 is pretty sad, but yeah, you can pick up every character with it. For example, this one is very good against Kapos, because it picks up really well. And just for a short peek in Tekken 7, this is going to be one of the best ones, because you will have an extension with, I think it's a 1+2 or something. So basically she does this one, which floats the character, and then does a shoulder. So in Tekken 7 this one will be pretty good, and this game it's the basic wide standing 11 punisher. For 13 frames we can also use up forward 1-2 thanks to the up forward motion. Sad thing is that it's a high at the beginning, so you can't punish every low with it. But like Miguel's down back 3 you can punish, Brian's and Bruce's heavy low moves, and also down forward 1-2 from Heihachi. So therefore up forward 1-2 is pretty useful, so you can definitely use it. Or the alternative, this is 13 to 14. This one, wide standing 3-1, excuse me. We can also use wide standing 3-1 for punishing for 31 damage, which is not too bad. For 15 we can use the hop kick, as if we need a 15 frame wide standing punisher, but most of the lows are still at least -16, so we still get the wide standing 2 as a ultra reliable wide standing launcher. You can launch punish every low move with it, which is -16. So yeah, this is pretty much Leo's punishing game. It's pretty okay. You have for every situation a decent answer, in my opinion. Overall I think you just have to memorize 1-4 for 10 frame. If you need for 13 up forward 1-2, then yeah, basically you're down for 2 as a launcher. And for wide standing, also wide standing 4, if you need it up forward 1-2 or 3-1, and then just the wide standing 2. It's a pretty easy launcher to memorize, and also pretty effective. Let's talk about Leo's stances. She only has 2 ones, so we can go pretty fast through the stances, which is good. And the first stance, and I think the more useful one, is the down 1+2 stance. It's called Bok or whatever, I'm not sure how this one is called. Yeah, as I said, it's gonna done by down 1+2. She goes into the stance, which is high crushing, and also sometimes mid crushing for moves that have a pretty high hitbox. So this, which makes it pretty interesting as a stance, and also covers a good amount of distance, as you can see here. So she goes with high crushing and a little bit of mid crushing into your opponent's face, and you can perform your moves out of it. So her moves out of a down 1+2 stance is, yeah, the 2. I already talked about it. Super good launcher, safe one, very useful. The next one is going to be 3 with the block 3, this one. This is a pretty sick homing move, also pretty fast, low crushing, which is nice. Unfortunately it's a high, but as you see there, 40 damage is super strong, gives a good knockdown, ward splats, and the cool thing about it, it's +9 on block. So yeah, this one is a really scary homing move, so definitely one of the usable ones. Another move she has is the block 1. This one, this is completely safe mid move. 18 damage, good amount of plus frames. I think it was around +5. Let me double check. Oh, it's actually +9, so this is even better. And only -4 on block. So super strong mid move. And if you feel for it, you can also do the 1-2. This one is -14, so you have to be very careful and have to show that the mid one is going to connect. But it gives some pushback, so some characters can punish it. If you want to use it, you can, but be careful. The safer option will be just the 1 version, which is pretty good on itself. The next move is going to be the 1+2 version. I think this move is completely useless. It's way too slow, high 40 damage. Why would you use it? You have a free version, which is way better. It's safe, but yeah, useless move in my opinion. And the last move is the 4. This one goes right into her second stance, the Kincaid, and I'm going to talk about it in just a second, because I want to say one more things about the down 1+2 stance. You can hold down, and then she's in full crouch, which means you can also do your full crouch mix-up after doing just a single down 1+2 into nothing, so you have also a low option after it, or other mid moves, like your wide standing 3, wide standing 4, and yeah, you also have a low option for it, which is pretty good. And also you can do the down 1+2 from crouch, like this. It's also pretty useful. You can do multiple in a row, just like this. Pretty decent to scare your opponent. Definitely one of the more usable stances, in my opinion. Alright, the second one is the Kincaid. Before I forget, before I go into Kincaid, one more thing. Some useful moves to go into the box stance, whatever it's called. I think the most useful ones are going to be the forward 3 into down. This is pretty useful, because most of the opponents like to jab retaliate after this for some reason, so you can do this one as a common setup. So definitely forward 3 into down is a useful one to use the box stance. Also back 3-1 into down is also going into the stance. And the next one is out of the Kincaid 1, and then down. This is also one that you're going to use mainly in combos. So these are, in my opinion, the most useful ways to go into the stance, but you can also use it while doing down 1+2. This is also pretty good. So yeah, now we can talk about Kincaid. You can either execute it by pressing back 3+4, but this is in my opinion useless, because she takes a step backward and she can't block during the animation. So back 3+4 is not a good way to enter the move. You could either use forward 4 to go into it from block the 4, or back 1-4. I think these are basically the major ones you're going to use the stance. And the cool thing about it, it's similar to Bruce's stance. So she always goes with plus frames into your opponent in the stance. So you can do this one, the 2, Kincaid 2. This is only interruptible by dig jabs, and on counter it gives a full launch, which is pretty good. Whoops, see, like this, get a full launch. Also safe, so this is a decent option. The next move is going to be the King K1. Can also go into your down 1+2 stance after it. But besides that, it's not that useful. Also, the 1-2 is kind of whatever in my opinion. Not that useful. I think what is okay is the free version, the sub kick, just for mixing up the opponent with the high and the low. And I really wouldn't recommend to use the shredder, the free 4 after it. So because the free on its own gets the job done, what it should do, and this is giving a full launch. And this one is harder to punish because it's just one hit. So I would recommend you to only use, if you want to use it, the free and nothing else, King K3. And the last one out of this is the King K4, the mix-up, but the low one, this is way too punishable on block because this is launch punishable and it's not really worth the risk. So that is basically the reason why the King K stance is not that good of an option. And also the good players can easily do maybe a quick duck into a sidestep to avoid all of the options. So if you face a very experienced Leo opponent who knows Leo, just don't use this King K stance so that often. Sometimes you can throw in the 2 or maybe the 3, but it's not that good of a mix-up. So yeah, be very careful using the King K. It's not that good stance in my opinion. So yeah, these were basically the 2 stances she has. If you want to use one, I would definitely go for down 1+2. This is pretty useful, and the King K for inexperienced opponents who fought for, this one, but it's not gonna happen that often. So yeah, all about her stances. How to do Leo's wall carry. Leo's wall carry is pretty good and also pretty effective, but can be tricky if you didn't learn how to do this. For example, like one of the basic combos, like this one, whoops, and then I missed the bound, but you know what I want to do. This one can be pretty tricky, because the hard part in it is that you have to delay the wild standing free after the quarter circle motion a little bit, or else it will, the follow-up will whiff. Like by mashing this one, the forward 4 will whiff. So basically you have to wait a small amount of time So you get closer into the opponent, just like this, and it will still connect. So your forward 4 after it will connect. So like this one. And this is basically the same after the forward 4. We have to delay the wild standing 3 quite a bit, because she has to dash in pretty deep into the opponent to get it going, just like this, and to get the full wall carry. But also be careful that you don't delay it too much, or else it's not a combo. So basically what you have to practice is just the timing overall. So you have to delay the wild standing 3 after a quarter cycle quite a bit, and yeah, then you're basically good to go for a war carry. So this is the trick that you have to yeah, do. This is all about it. And yeah, just practice her war carry overall. I mean, she has some pretty finicky ones, like this one. After wild standing 3, the 1-4. This is also a bit tricky, because if you again, if you hit the wild standing 3 too late, the 1-4 can definitely whiff. I saw it happen many times. So yeah, just practice a little bit with her timing, because this is like the only tricky part about her in her combos. Everything else is pretty simple, but it's all as you see, it's pretty doable. I mean, if I can do it and I have a bad execution, you can do it too. It's not that hard. And yeah, what else? For wall carry you can also do stuff like, whoops, stuff like this, multiple in a time, in a combo, and still get everything. So yeah, you can get pretty far with her wall carry. Also what you can do is like this one, if you're closer. This is pretty easy and reliable, the forward 4 into Ken K2. So yeah, the whole thing is just practice a little bit with the timing, and that you delay the wild standing 3 a bit, but not too much. That's the whole trick. In this section I want to show you guys how to punish slides as well as capos and other useful moves Leo has. So let's start with the slide. The slide punish is thankfully pretty easy. With a wild standing 4 we get a full combo. So this is yeah, super easy slide punish, or you can also do wild standing 3 as a slide punish. Both of them are working pretty well, not only pretty well, they work perfectly. So you can easily punish slides to the fullest potential. Alright, let's talk about what moves are good against capos. And thankfully Leo has some pretty good moves which hits the capo player. A lot of her mid moves still hit the leg stance, and I'm gonna show you guys. Even her down for 2 is pretty good. So you can use down for 2 to punish the relax stance. The one I like to use the most is back 1-4. As you saw there, back 1 totally hits the relax stance, and if the capo player does anything stupid like doing a move, you can totally float him for a full combo. Yeah, so back 1-4 in my opinion is one of the better ones to punish capos. And yeah, lots of other moves are also hitting. Like down 1 you can use, forward 4 is usable, and I think, what was the other one? Yeah, and if you also want to some lows. But basically I would recommend down forward 2 or back 1 to punish capos. So this is pretty good. Leo has a good time against capos, so you don't lose automatically if you play against them. Alright, let's go for some other useful moves she has, because there are still a couple of them. The first one is going to be, I want to talk about is down forward 1-2, or just in general down forward 1. This is her 13 frame mid poke, which is her fastest one, and also a pretty decent one. It has good range, just like all her moves in general, and the extension down forward 1-2 is not a natural combo, and it does not jail, but it's safe if the opponent doesn't duck it. But if they duck it, you're gonna get launch punished, so you have to use it very wisely. And on counter hit, you get a reliable and rewardable knockdown, as you saw there. So you can either stomp at him. If he doesn't quick rise, you get the stomp for free. Or else, what you can do, if you're quick enough, do a quick wide standing 4, like this. So you have pretty good Oki options after the down forward 1-2 connects. But as I said, use it wisely. This does not jail, so you can get duck launched. Yeah, you have to be careful with the extension. But down forward 1 on its own is good. Unfortunately, it's pretty linear, so you can step it pretty easily to both sides. Which, yeah, sucks a little bit. But hey, it's a 13 frame move, so you can keep your opponent in check. The next good move I want to talk about is up forward to 1. Also mid-mid complete save, which is pretty good. And you can get a guaranteed down for 1+2 after it for 44 damage, which is not too bad. Or if your opponent doesn't tech roll, you can float him with a wild standing 4 for a full combo. So this is not too bad. You have to be a little bit careful though, because you can actually step the second hit to both directions. So again, if you play against a very experienced Leo player who knows Leo, then you better not throw this out every time. But if he doesn't know Leo that well, you can definitely use up forward to 1 as a good mid-mid move, because it's completely safe and gives good damage. Okay, the next one will be forward 3. This one I didn't use that often lately, but I think it's not that bad of a move. It's around 20 frames fast, so it could be a little bit faster. But the cool thing is that this one is +0 if you don't cancel it into your down 1+2 stance, and it's +1 if you go into the stance by pressing down. So this is pretty decent for this move. Gives you, yeah, you are pretty neutral, you can move around, and the cool thing about it is what a common setup is. Thanks that you can go right into the down 1+2 stance, you can use this as a common setup, like the launcher. Boom. This is a common setup. I'm gonna use this move more often and see how good this is. But on paper it looks pretty decent, and yeah, why not using it sometimes? Also, what's cool about it is it's a counter hit launcher. If I can set it up, give me a second. Like this. Yeah, pretty damaging counter launcher. So another thing why I want to try this move out the next time. So I think this can be definitely usable with forward 3. Okay, next move is going to be the forward 4. This move. Long range hop kick. And thanks to the forward motion, you can make this move track a little bit more. Thanks to the forward motion. So yeah, complete launch. Just do the wide standing, normal standing 4. You get a full combo. You also have the extension with forward 3. I wouldn't use the forward 4-3, because these are 2 hits and it's easier to punish the hop kick. And you get more damage by doing a standing 4 after the first forward 4. And the last one, the pretty obvious, is forward 4-3-4. This is the last extension of this move. Below it staggers, as you see, so you can get launch punished, and yeah, overall not a good move. So basically just use the forward 4 on its own. This is pretty useful for raw tech, war tech punish, and yeah, just to throw in because it has good range as usual. Okay, next okay move in my opinion that you can use sometimes is forward 4-2. This mid punch from her, unfortunately it's -10, so this is why the move is not super duper useful. Yeah, but again, long range, wall splats, which is good. So against the wall you can catch your opponent by surprise with forward 4-2 and get a full wall splat. So this is why you can use this move, but be careful, because it's -10, and I think it's not worth just throwing it in every time and you get jab punished. Use it wisely. It's still a decent move, in my opinion. Other cool things she has is she has actually 3 parries. First one is back 1+2. This is the best one in my opinion. It parries punches and kicks, and if you parried one, you can get yeah, like this. You can get with a kick you get, Jesus Christ, this one, and punches she does a different animation and does a little bit more damage. So after you did the parry, just mash 1+2 and you get the parry complete. And also the back, I think this is only for punches, I think. The back 2-4, I think this is a punch parry. So let's see. Yeah, this is the punch parry, back 2+4. Not very useful, it's not really worth using it. The last one was upward 1+2, but this is useless, in my opinion. Just focus on the back 1+2. This is the most useful one. This one. This is pretty good to have back 1+2 as a parry. The other 2 ones I wouldn't really bother with. Just I wanted to show you guys. Alright, next decent move is back 3-1, mid-mid save. Unfortunately it's not a natural combo, only on counter hit. But if you want to use it, feel free to use it, because you can't do that much things wrong with it. Yeah, safe move when not using it. I'm not the biggest fan, but if you want to use it, try. It's not that bad of a move. Okay, also the down forward 3 as a decent homing move. Quick one, completely safe, even though it staggers. So yeah, another one that you have to implement into your game so you can prevent your opponent from sidestepping. Down forward 3, good move also for wall, safe wall spread. So yeah, pretty decent. And another useful move in my opinion for ending the round is down 3, this one. Quick low poke, high crushing, so this is good. Range is decent, so it's good for ending the round, I think. This is pretty useful for this situation. Everything else, just use down forward 3-2 or health sweep. But down 3 is good for ending the rounds. Okay, next one on my list is back for 1+2. Also safe mid-mid. And on counter hit, ward splats knockdown for high damage. So yeah, also thanks to the animation, because it's pretty delayed, the shoulder after it. You can delay it quite a bit, like this. You can counter catch the opponent if he wants to interrupt. So why not using it? Decent move, pretty useful sometimes. Oh yeah, the jab strings, as we saw here. Also, I like these a lot, way too much I guess. You have either the 1-2, 1-4, this one. This is pretty strong. Completely natural in the back. And if also the second hit is counter hit, everything is guaranteed, like you saw there. And your opponent is basically dead if this hits out the wall. So this is super scary. The other option you have is 1-2, 1-1. This is a mid option. This one is -14, but this is the thing that you mix it, mix the opponent up with a 1-2, 1-4, because the last hit can be ducked. And the 1-2, 1-1, yeah, as you saw, as a mid. So if your opponent likes to duck the last hit, you can, if you want to, use the 1 instead, and most of the time it will catch the opponent. But yeah, again, be very careful. If your opponent doesn't Leo, you can also duck the third hit, because it's also a high, and it's not jailing. So yeah, only use it wisely again. But this is definitely a usable string in my opinion, especially at the back. And yeah, if a second hit is counter hit, everything is guaranteed, and also the third, so this can be really scary. Also, you can delay the third hit a bit to counter bait the opponent. This is why I think this move is useful. And the last extension is 1-2-4, the slow move, quite delayable. Yeah, if you want to use it, feel free to test it. It's okay, in my opinion. Okay. Next move, up forward 3, another safe not homing move, safe mid move, which ward splats. So pretty damn useful for ward pressure, and it's low crushing. So yeah, I think enough said already. Decent move. Definitely good for ward pressure. And the next one, another decent low poke. Not only decent, but a good one, is back 4+1. This one. Low high. And yeah, gives decent amount of plus frames on hit. And the cool thing, on counter hit, you add +18. Which means you can get a guaranteed forward 2. I think not the shoulder, if I'm correct. Yeah, and the shoulder won't work. Yeah, so you only get, on open ground, you get the forward 2 guaranteed, as you saw before. I hope I can do it again. Whatever, you saw it again. But you can't get the hop kick on open ground, only at the wall. So yeah, again, for wall pressure this can be super scary, cause if this counter hits and then you get the hop kick for easy ward splat, it's gonna hurt. So yeah, back 4+1, definitely use a move. I also should use it more, cause again, good range, good plus frames, and it's not launch punishable, which is good. I think it's around -12 or something. Let me double check this. Where do we have back 4+1? Oh, -13. So yeah, pretty good, and +3 on hit. So definitely a usable low move. Alright. Another decent move you can use sometimes is forward 3+2. Very evasive move, as you see there, because she takes a huge step to the right. It's a high, safe ward splat. Yeah. She definitely has lots of ward splitting moves, which is why her ward pressure is so strong. So yeah, sometimes you can use like a common setup is up forward 3 into forward 3+2. So yeah, definitely usable move. If you want to use it, you can use it. And as the last move, sidestep 1+2. You already guessed it, safe mid ward splat, 40 damage. Ouch. Pretty strong. So yeah, that's basically it for all the other useful moves she has. As you saw there, she has tons of ward splitting moves which are strong. Unfortunately she doesn't have that enough quick mid moves like down forward 1 or down forward 4. But all the other mid ones, yeah, most of them are safe, which is good. So she's a powerhouse sometimes. Thanks to Leo's scary 50/50s, she is a really nightmare for her opponent against the wall. Because you can apply all your low moves, like the health sweep, the down forward 3+4, this 3+2, I'm sorry, and other good low pokes, and mix them up with all your mid moves which ward splatting and are safe, like for example up forward 3, down back 1+2-1, down forward 3 as you saw earlier. So she is super dangerous at the wall, and you can get so much damage out of this situation. For example, just by doing this move on itself, this is so scary for the opponent, because you are at full crouch and +5, so you can either go for another mid like while standing 3 or while standing 4, because your opponent can't go anywhere really, or you can use even your full crouch down forward 3, and this is super annoying at the wall, because if they get up wrong, you can get another one guaranteed, and you can just keep going. So even her full crouch sweep is super scary, and yeah, your opponent doesn't want to maintain in this position. And if you feel that the opponent is ducking, then just go for one of your safe mid moves with ward splats, and then boom boom, do your combo, easy to easy, your opponent is dead, 115 damage. So yeah, this is basically all you have to do with Leo. And you can also do sidestep into sidestep 1+2 to evade jab retaliations or something and get a massive ward splat. So yeah, this is already everything that I have to say about Leo's ward pressure, but you have to apply your mix-ups. And what I would recommend you to do, instead of doing the health sweep, I would really always go for the down forward 3-2, because this is much safer. So if you actually get blocked low, you don't get launched for the health sweep, because this one is only like -11. So you can still, after you punish, you can still be in this position, pummel your opponent, and maybe get the ward splat. So in my opinion, if you want to do lows, then use your down forward 3+2. But if you feel sure that you can get the health sweep going and it will connect, this is super scary because this is also a balcony break or a wall break. So also pretty scary if your opponent is not even back to the wall, but on a balcony, so you can break him down for other full combo. Also the health sweep is pretty good. So yeah, that's basically it. 50-50 all day, and you get massive damage out of every ward splat. So yeah, super scary for the opponent. Let's talk about some anti-Leo and how you can beat the character. My best advice to you is to always make sure that you step Leo to your left side, because nearly all of her moves have pretty bad tracking to this side. For example, the Wild Standing 2. This one is the best tracking move in my opinion she has. But even this one, you can pretty consistent step it to the left side, as you can see there. Sometimes it's get hit because it definitely has some tracking on it, but yeah, overall it is pretty consistently, you can pretty consistently step it to the left side, just like this. So this is one example. Also her down forward 2 doesn't have the best tracking unless it's up close, as you see here, but on this range super easy to step and then launch it. So make sure to step her left all the time. This is definitely her weak side. And also up close, the down forward 1, no tracking at all, so you don't have to be that scared about this mid poke all the time if she abuses this. Also pretty easily step to the left side. And what do we have here? It's again a down forward 1. So yeah, my advice to you is make sure to step her left, but don't overuse it because she has some good homing moves. So use your steps wisely to beat her. And but if you make your step to the left, then definitely fuck her up and make it count that you stepped her. And another move that I should show you guys is the Wild Standing 3-1. Sorry, yeah, this one. Cause a lot of you people doesn't know that this is actually launch punishable. Like this. It's exactly -15, which means if the opponent abuses this move, like a lot of Leo player does, launch him. And yeah, make the best out of the situation. And even the Wild Standing 3-1-2, the last one is a high, and even the high on itself is -17, so you don't even have to duck the high one. So you can always launch her. So if your opponent does abuse Wild Standing 3-1, launch that. It's exactly -15. Another thing that you should be able to do is always make sure to punish her down for 2 with a -13 punisher or something similar, as well as a Wild Standing 2. This is super important. And also make sure to duck down forward 1-2 and down for 1+2, because both of them second hits are highs, and yeah, you can easily duck launch it. Another one that is pretty important, you can easily stab the second hit of this move. Whoops. So, a moment. Like this. And then, yeah, sidestep launch to both sides. So this is another one. If you want to fuck her up 4 to 1, the second hit is pretty steppable and easy steppable to both sides. Okay, and I think, what else do we have? Oh yeah, don't forget that this move is only minus 14, so you can launch it with 15 frames or higher. And yeah, just let you know that, and don't do a wrong punish. Just make sure this is minus 14, not more punishable, even though it's a sweep. So another important thing. And also practice to duck this one. At first you might think this is super easy because everything is high, but practice a little bit and you will see when you get the timing going. So you can easily duck launch her for 1-2-1-4 and try to punish the third hit. So, because third hit is always a low or a high, so you don't get the mix up after it. But if you get mixed up like maybe for 1 and you block it, this is minus 14, make sure to punish that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it about her. Also make sure that her hop kicks are getting punished, this is important. This is also like minus 12 to minus 13, make sure to punish that. And yeah, the most important stuff is punish with down forward 2 and wild standing 2 appropriately, so you get the damage out of it. And yeah, always make sure to step her left, because most of her moves are weak to that side. So yeah, if you get these things going, then you have a better time against Leo overall.